Hello, it's Noelle Rollins with Noelle Rollins Art. I'm going to talk to you today about what it takes kind of behind the scenes, kind of get your game up to speed and get all these little things done in order to open the doors to a studio, if you so want to. And by a studio, it could be just at home, opening, your doors up and putting yourself out there in the world, or a physical studio like I have. Or maybe it's an office space like I also have, where it's more just behind the scenes work and not, retail open 9 to 5 or anything like that. So some of the things I had to do. And I will just say that some of this took me 20 years, some of this has been the last few years, and some of this could be done in 90 days if I really had my act together. But I'm just going to go briefly over them, and my goal is to then make videos about each piece of that at a later date, so you can check those out. So the first thing, accounting. I have been and still am working with, I have an accountant that I consult with, and I had them help me set up my accounts. And I use QuickBooks, but I know there are other programs out there. And I just, getting used to billing, getting used to invoicing, getting used to sending out invoices, understanding how to pay bills. Those basic or seemingly basic things you have to know how to do. You have to understand how to pay your taxes and what that means, what sales and use taxes are. It's your responsibility as a business owner to understand what services or products you offer, and if there's a sales tax applied to those purchases for people, so that you charge for those, and then you also then log in, e-file your sales and use tax forms. So all sorts of taxes, and there are accounts that work with small businesses that can help you just set up that. There are probably tons of other women that have done that career that are now stay-at-home moms that would be happy for extra income. Pay them for a couple hours to come help you set up your books. Another thing I have done is get my promotional and marketing materials ready. That for me has included a website with the store. That includes business cards, postcards, or promotional pieces I will send out, price tags, signage for my front and back door and for the door. Couple little things I've done is I had to get a little creative. I don't have, or I didn't have or want to have thousands of dollars to put into signs and canvas banners and all that stuff. So what I did was I printed out a bumper sticker. I did. And it has my logo big on it, and it's this big. And I have that across my front glass. And underneath it, I have a postcard taped into the window, and I have another postcard taped to that. So it's two-sided. It was easy, and it worked enough for me to get started. Someday, maybe I'll have a big cool sign. But for right now, that works. In my studio then, I printed out a couple small posters. I have one by the front door and one by the back door that tell what I do. I made, on Vistaprint.com, I went in and made rack cards, R-A-C-K cards. They are about 4 by 8 inches, and they tell about the classes I offer. I have a little basket outside of my door here that people can pick up. I happen to share a building with an insurance agency, so as people are coming in and out of that door all day long, they see a preview of what I offer. So my hours are pretty crazy here, so I'm not here 9 to 5. In fact, I'm rarely here during business hours, which I love to think of what the people next door must just wonder how I make any money at all. But they don't know my secrets. So, and next inside of here I have, what I did was, let me see if I can find one. I printed out price stickers, and then I took these yoga cards that I had made with yoga prints, and I just cut those out and I printed my prices right on there. So everything in here is priced and ready to sell when I do have classes or open houses that I have a couple times a year. I have had help, and you can buy these on Craigslist or online, or you can have someone help you build them. Tables, shelves, desks. I have an inventory room that is full of big shelves that have glassware and canvases, blank canvases, shipping materials, stacks of postcards that are yet to be sent, stacks of bags that are going to go over prints, mats that are ready for, prints, all of that kind of stuff. And there's a trick as far as, at least for what I've found, for where I'm at right now, and that's not having too much inventory. I want to have enough inventory that if someone orders a couple of something, I don't have to recreate every one by one of something. But I don't want 500 mats sitting there or 500 canvases. It's really kind of silly to use your money. You need to use it wisely, especially when you're first starting out. So I get all my canvases from dickblick.com. They have great prices, and I order, 10 or 15, 20, depending on the size of each size that I need. And that seems to work out great for me. So the next thing for me is easels. Having a few easels to display things, and when I go to shows, having them. I have, luckily for me, an amazing husband who has built them for me, or all of them but one, and has built me many tables and my classroom table here. So those are some of the basic things I would suggest to get you started. If you'll join me again for the next session, I'll tell you even more on behind the scenes goodies and info. So I'd love for you to check out my website at www.noelrollinsart.com. Drop me a hello, and then join me again as I tell you more little behind the scenes tips on opening up your own place. Thanks.